In the market at 14. Small spoils are big odds over the page. There's the favourite. The Flag is Flying at $3.50. The horse that it beat last start won yesterday at Kyneton and down to Val's Regard. And she was 80 to 1 last year on Cup Day and ran a place, and the trifecta paid 60,000, I think, from memory. So there you go. There's a tip. Paddy, I'm not talking into Val's Regard, but Flag is Flying. Is it the favourite?
It is, and has opened up very short, Bruce. A lot shorter than we thought. Let me run down the board for you. Al Barak, most juicy odds, Al Barak. Someone suggested a wag that walked past it. It should be called All Broke. It's not all of us down here. Artistic Gem is already out of point. Kelcher, maybe, I think I'll leave Kelcher at $4.50. Bohemian Dancer under the double figure odds, and all the way down then to the Flag is Flying. Out just a touch in early betting, but we've seen that as not a great indicator because the money in this ring has been arriving late. So we'll just see what happens with the Flag is Flying and a couple of these up near the top, Artistic Gem, Kelcher and Bohemian Dancer, as the betting goes on.
Good draw for the Flag is Flying and also Kelcher. The tips, Peter and Ken agreeing, and Dr. Turf going for Bohemian Dancer. This 1,600 metres, the barrier's important with this big field. But you can come from behind today, that's for sure. Now, speaking of Dr. Turf, he rejoins me with Adam Hamilton from the Herald Sun in Melbourne. It's been a great day for Ollie, but tell us, boys, it mightn't finish up quite as good as it is right now.
Well, if you're a punter, Bruce, you would have been pretty happy with De Oliver's ride when he shoved Dame Belter out of the road, but and I'm not too sure whether that's completely within the rules of racing, as the stewards like to enforce them.
No, certainly, Turfy. I think the stewards will certainly have a good look at this, and I believe they're continuing their inquiry, if you like, into Damien's ride. It seemed as though, well, it was pretty tough there for Dame Belter for a few strides, wasn't it?
There's the overlay. You can see Dame Belter and Special Harmony coming together. Dame Belter did hang in. We talked about that at the time, but yeah, Ollie's had to give it a good whack out there.
I'm not sure about hanging in so much as Danny Nikolic, as he's entitled to, very, very sure about holding his ground. He knew he had the favourite on his inside, and he was adamant that he was going to keep her in there.
Well, it didn't happen, did it?
No,
and Ollie got out and came home a winner for his third Crown Oaks. Let's take Greg Miles's call, a full replay of the 2003 Crown Oaks.
Racing. And Special Harmony jumped okay, so did Romanikov. Ricky Dick and Danish Peak began quickly. Dame Belter shooting over to the rails. Royal Mask goes forward as they go past the judge now, and Danish Peak from Royal Mask. Rinky Dink and Grandley slotting in fourth on the outside on the yellow cutters. Special Harmony tucked away fifth on the inside with a perfect trail. A length and a half further back, Romanikov, and then Dame Belter. 2 lengths away, Timberina with Dubai Pearl on her outside. Another 2 lengths further back in the field, Infinity, Portland Damask, and then Charmview and Generosa last. Up the side near the 1,800 metres, and Danish Peak the leader. Royal Mask a length away second. Rinky Dink on the rails in third. She just wants to tug a little bit, followed then by Grandley in fourth placing. Special Harmony, the favourite, is fifth on the rails. A length and a half further back, Romanikov. They're being followed Dame Belter, 1.5 to Timberina on the inside of Dubai Pearl, 2 Infinity, Portland Damask, and then Charmview. And Generosa on the inside, about 15 from the leader. They're inside the 1,600 metres, and Danish Peak sets a moderate tempo out by a length and a half. Royal Mask is second. Rinky Dink is a neck away on the inside. Grandley enjoying a lovely trail, and so is Special Harmony. 1.5 Romanikov, 1 to Dame Belter, a length Dubai Pearl. A length and a half further back is Timberina, and they're followed 2 lengths away by Infinity, and then came Portland Damask, 2 lengths to Charmview, and Generosa last at the 1,100 metres in the Crown Oaks. And Danish Peak made play. Royal Mask a length and a half away. The pace is a lot stronger now. A length further back in the field, Rinky Dink, followed by Grandley, Special Harmony. A length and a half further back, Romanikov, Dame Belter, Dubai Pearl, and then came Timberina spotting the lead at 10. And then Infinity, Portland Damask, Charmview, and Generosa is still last as they come to the turn at the 700 metres now. And Danish Peak leading by 3/4 to Royal Mask. Rinky Dink, Grandley to the outside, and then Special Harmony in the red sleeve, still flying 5th on the rail. Then came Romanikov, Dane Beltar, and then came Dubai Pearl as they swing for home. Timberina's a good way back on the rail. Danish Peak at big odds cornered in front of Royal Mask. Ricky Dick trying for a run. Grandly with a run on the outside. Dane Beltar pocketing Special Harmony. Awesome heavy bumping going on there, but Ollie's got the favourite in the clear. Grandly the leader at the 250. Special Harmony now Stokes up, and the favourite dashes to the lead in the Oaks. Dane Beltar running on, and Timberina down the outside, but Special Harmony opening up for Damien Oliver, and the favourite Special Harmony bolted in. Dane Beltar 3 lengths away second, Grandly third, Timberina ahead away fourth, and then came Jenna Rosa, who's come from last, and then Ricky Dick. Back behind those to finish Royal Mask and Infinity, Danish Peak, Romanikov, Dubai Pearl, Portland Damask and Charmview last in the Crown Oaks.
The way she won was so much like a 1,000 guineas win, the way she took the split. Well, she forced the split this time and then sprinted 221.40, Dane Beltar 290. Timberina actually getting up for third, showing a lot of heart at $1.80. Grandly fourth and Jenna Rosa and eye-catching fifth, if there can be such a thing. Quinella $16.80, Trifecta $70, Exacta $22.30. We'll keep you in touch with Damien. Peter Donegan's on the job. We'll be
Viewers of Seven's coverage and readers of the News Limited Sunday papers were given the task of voting for their favourite finalist to become the L'Oreal Paris Face That Stops Nation. This person will become the ambassador for the Seven Network and the Victorian Racing Club for the 2004 Melbourne Cup Carnival. Plus, they win a trip for two to Paris. They're all smiles. To say a few words, please welcome Mark Tucker, Managing Director of L'Oreal Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, L'Oreal Paris, delighted to have been involved with the Melbourne Cup Carnival now for more than 5 years with the L'Oreal Paris Powder Room, which is on course. And for the last 2 years, in conjunction with our partners Channel 7, with the L'Oreal Paris Face That Stops a Nation. On behalf of L'Oreal Paris, I would like to thank all the entrants in this year's competition, and I'd like to wish our 5 finalists the very best of luck. Unfortunately, only one of them can win, but ladies, I think you all deserve to win. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Mark. All our finalists also receive a voucher from Westfield, as they've been dressed by Westfield all week in some sensational outfits, and I'm sure you'd agree they look sensational again today. And to announce the winner, would you please make welcome Elisa Camplin, Olympic gold medalist.
And the L'Oreal Paris Face That Stops the Nation is Alicia Kelly.
Congratulations. You all right?
Good girl, Alicia.
Sorry, I'm a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. I'd like to thank L'Oreal and Channel 7 and the VRC and everybody in Melbourne that's made this happen. I'm
come from a small country town, so this is just amazing for me. Probably the best accomplishment in my whole life, and thank you to everybody. Thank you to L'Oreal, the VRC and Channel 7. I've had a fantastic time, and thank you for having me. Go Bunbury and WA.
Very exciting. We also have a home viewer to announce who actually voted in the process. We'd like to congratulate Jane Turner from Busselton in WA. She has also won a trip for two to Paris just for entering. Thanks to L'Oreal Paris for their support in this competition. We'll be back next year with the L'Oreal Paris face that stops the nation.
Can you believe that? I think Busselton and Bunbury are 10 kilometres apart, so well done to Alicia. And that's not the Jane Turner from Kath and Kim, we know that. You are so silly, aren't you? Speaking of silly, Neil Kearney's about to come up. No, I don't mean that, Neil. Makybe Divas winning the Tuesday's Cup was something to behold, wasn't it? Well, we're going to give you another look at it, provided by Seven's Eye in the Sky.
Comes Grace on down the outside, and Yakama, the widest runner. Zagalia at the 300, frightening with Makybe Diva going for a run. She's finishing hard, and wider out now. Fantastic is joining in, and She's Archie runs on, but Makybe Diva shot away. She's out by 2 lengths, but She's Archie. Fantastic and Zagalia. Makybe Diva in front. She's Archie tries hard, but Makybe Diva wins the cup.
How fantastic was that? Now, if you're wondering how it came about, it was taken from this helicopter using this Gyron camera from overhead. And inside here is Adam, the cameraman. Adam, you can almost see the jockeys changing their minds.
That's right, Neil. That camera down there is basically gyro stabiliser, which means that all the movement of the helicopter is taken out, so I can stay rock steady on the leading horse.
And these are all the contraptions for zooming in and all that sort of stuff, are they?
That's right, Neil. I've got my pan and my tilt here, my zoom here, roll here, and all the rest that you need.
Now, just as a matter of interest, Adam, how much does all this cost?
This is about close to $750,000, Neil, so pretty pricey.
$750,000. Well, that explains why we're eating Vegemite sandwiches in the lunchroom. How do you hang with those horses?
Well, as you know, Neil, the horses are doing 60 kilometres an hour out of the gate. Adam doing the filming, we're directly over the top of the horses. I can't actually see the horses, so I've got a monitor up the front of the helicopter. We actually just track the horses at about 60 kilometres an hour, and we just follow them around, keeping the horses right in the middle of the shot.
The Eye in the Sky can zoom in just about anywhere, even to speedboats travelling along the Maribyrnong. And just in case you thought the Maribyrnong was some sleepy backwater in Melbourne's western suburbs, there's a Coast Guard to make sure that the party doesn't get too rough. This camera can pick up anything, including the controversial finish to the first race on Cup Day.
And the General's going for a run between horses.
Portland Coup is in the goal with the red sleeves and cap, the General in the orange with the brown diamonds, and Tantat Spur is in the blue with the gold spots and red cap. That's Nash Rawiller on the General, Brett Pebble on Tantat Spur, and Darren Gauchi on Portland Coup. The protest, third against first, was upheld. Portland Coup was relegated from first to third, the General from third to second, and Tantat Spur ended up winning the race. Now we know why the jockeys earn their money.
It's been a real highlight. Thanks for that, Neil. Good job by those brave helicopter and skillful helicopter pilots. Let's have a look at the last. Adam Hamilton and Dr. Turf with me. Al Barak. He was second in this race last year. Brian Cox no doubt would have set him for the Country Cup, or now the Cicada Plate. He's been racing off the beaten track of late.
Yes, he's going all right too, Bruce. Probably far too short for him at Wagga the other day, but his Wodonga win was very strong in a slowly run race. Got plenty of weight, but he's actually probably got a little bit of class on some of these, so I don't think he's without a chance.
Artistic Jim, probably the strength here, Adam, is the 1600-metre form. 4 starts, 3 wins.
Terrific strike rate, isn't it? And also got too far back on a leader bias track at Caulfield last start, so forget about that run. I think it's right in the mix.
Kelcher's flying here, 2 for 2 this time in.
Yeah, racing really well, like most of Terry Kelly's stable at the moment. Raced as though it was ready for 1600 metres as well last time, and it doesn't surprise me that it's right in the betting.
Paddy Payne's had 10 minor placings since Caulfield Guinness Day, no winner. He'd be searching for one here. Bohemian Dancer, ex-New Zealander, also good 1600-metre form.
Absolutely flying, this horse, Bruce. Can get back in his races. He's drawn 16 today. He's probably going to have to. One with a little kid on board the other day. He likes his races spaced. It's been a little while. He has got a stack of ability, this horse. I do like the favourite, but I think this horse has got a definite winning chance.
Nendayev was beaten as favourite in the Horsham Cup. Did run second over 1,800 at Flemington in March.
He'd probably go better here, I reckon. Awkwardly drawn, although I think you've got to forgive him Horsham. It's a very tight little track, Horsham. Just going to forgive him that one run, and that brings him into the race here. Did run second in the Yarra Glen Cup as well.
Awesome Warrior, won at the Gold Coast 4 starts ago, came down for the Benalla Cup and last start won at Swan Hill.
Obvious rise in class, but also the fourth at Cranbourne was behind Shaloga 2 starts back, and Shaloga's since confirmed that form. Rising in class, but in there somewhere.
Now, Club Red, first start at Flemington. Suddenly that fourth to Cape Kennedy doesn't look so good.
Well, it wasn't a bad run. This is a horse whose form was awful. Went to the Aquanita stable of Robert Smurden, turned his career around with the Yarra Glen Cup win. 3 runs this time in were awful, but a much better run at Geelong the other day. Got enough ability, placed best, although, I reckon.
Small Spoils, trained by Doug Harrison, who won the opening race on Derby Day, was last in this race 2 years ago.
Yes, it was. Getting into the veteran class now, would have to improve on its last start at Caulfield, and only the 1 placing from 6 tries here, Bruce, just a place hope.
Start Touch, 4th at Sale on a slow track last start.
Yeah, going fairly well, this ex-Sydney mare, just a place really.
Good odds too. Or when I say good odds, big odds if you're fan. Tony Noonan's had some success, obviously, at the come. Now, this is the up-and-comer. The flag is flying. Beat your Fizzy at Geelong. Your Fizzy ran right up to that form by winning yesterday at Kyneton.
Yeah, she was very good yesterday, your Fizzy at Kyneton. This is a pretty smart bloke. Very, very good, very promising horse. Very tough win the other day too. And the runner-up, as you say, has won since. On the up, drawn nicely into Brett Preble on board. He'd be hanging out for a winner too, just quietly, Bruce. Got a lot to like about this guy. He deserves to be favourite.
Pat Welsh just tells us same price in the ring, $3.50. Boy Blue, riding change, Basta on for Cassidy.
Yeah, fitter for 3 runs back from a break. I'd forgive the run on the Strathair track at Moonee Valley last start and has good 1,600 metre form. It's a place hope.
Ash Galante, just a non-winner, really. Had a lot of placings.
Yeah, 1 from 25. But look, he's a tough, honest horse. What he will appreciate, Bruce, I think, is the drop in weight here from Geelong. I don't think he can turn it around from the flag as flying, but I reckon he'll be thereabouts at the end of the race. Definitely can run a place.
Spurious is the stablemate of Al Barak, was second in the Wangaratta Cup behind Moo Ball, and won 4 out of 6 last summer, just struggling a bit.
Yeah, I still respect that Moo Ball form. I think it holds up very well for this. I wouldn't be too harsh on the recent runs, and I think this is the blowout horse of the race.
OK, that's interesting. And $52, there you go. Danaret 14 is really a 1.5 mile horse, but did win first up at Yarra Glen.
Yeah, that was the very heavy track at Yarra Glen that allowed this gelding to get the money there, Bruce. And unless we get 3 inches of rain in the next 10 minutes, can't see it winning.
That's not going to happen. Gilly Street. 63 kgs at Corowa. Have you been to Corowa lately, Dr. Tiff? You've been everywhere else.
Probably next week, Bruce. I'll check the diary.
Any chance?
I've found a pointer here. Second at Canberra to wait for it. Kablamo 5 starts back. Only beaten a neck on that occasion, so it's not the worst.
OK, well, I've found a story with Vows Regard. It was 80 to 1 last year, ran second on Cup Day. The trifecta paid $60,000. This mare's only having her 92nd start today.
Well, I can promise you I wasn't at Moruya to see its last run, Bruce, and I'll just have to take it on trust that it can't win.
Well, there you go. That's the horses. It's a wide open race, except for the flag is flying. It's the strong favourite. After that, you're going to get good value. Back with the last in a moment.
There are thousands of beautiful women here today. So who are the lucky guys they've got their eyes on?
Well, of course, it's the jockeys.
Damien Oliver. I don't know, I just like him. I've always liked him, and yeah, just Damien. I haven't really been watching it, but Damien has always been my favourite jockey.
I like Darren Beadman. Yeah. Because he's the closest, yeah, because he looks like Tom Cruise.
Darren Gauci, because he's won lots of races. We're not into the jockeys, we're into the trainers.
Darren Beadman, because he's a good Christian, so we're going with God today.
What about Claire Lindop? She rode 2 winners at Murray Bridge yesterday, including Heart of Adelaide, appropriately named, and she's riding at Port Lincoln today after making some history on Tuesday with Devon. Speaking of jockeys, the #1 jockey in Australia could be in a bit of strife after the Oaks, which he won on Special Harmony. Peter, do you have any latest there?
Yeah, Bruce, there's been a fair bit going on in the stewards' room. The interference we've seen several times in replay surrounds Damien Oliver pushing out on Special Harmony from the inside of Dane Beltar at about the 350 metre mark. Now, 5 jockeys were in there giving evidence. They used the Channel 7 helicopter shot. It was quite graphic. And it hinges on Grandly, which is in front of Damien, coming out a little bit, shifting out maybe 1 or 2 horses. Danny Nicola goes up on the outside on Dane Beltar, tries to hold his position. Looking at it, I think Damien might have a problem. And, of course, don't forget, too, that Chairman of Stewards Des Gleeson at the start of this carnival said that as well as imposing suspensions, he may impose a fine. I suggest that might be the way they'll go.
Just a quick pat on the back as well, I think, to Des Gleeson for finally relenting and opening up all of these inquiries to the media. The coverage through all forms of media has been fantastic as a result of that, particularly on the whole Mummify situation.
No, here. Absolutely. Actually, Des was asked for an autograph when he came down from the Stewards Tower. And I know it's very flippant to be talking about that at the same time as maybe a suspension to Damien, but his profile's growing. I don't reckon Pat Lawler would have had that over the years. Do you, his predecessor?
Only by his back manager, Bruce.
He has his own tipping session now on Sport 927 on race days.
Well, there you go.
How things have changed, Bruce.
The flag is flying. John Letts looked a bit hot on the way to the post. How's he travelled, the flag is flying?
Yeah, actually looks all right around here, Bruce. It's, I'd love to see this win for Jean Purcell too, and the horse has done everything right, and she's very, very happy with the way the horse has done. But the horse is okay, Bruce. It's just nice and settled and relaxed, and it's in the gate, so they've got a man up with her. But she's okay. No, she looks good. The toppy looked good in this too, Bruce. Al Barak, he looked very well.
Well, you've been tipping really well today, John, and a couple of your leads have come in. Now, there's good money for Bohemian Dancer, Pat's just told us. Really good money for it. And also, Kelcher, let's join Greg Miles for the Sakata Plate.
$4.90. Kelcher, the second pick, also has a good barrier draw. Bohemian Dancer now to $7.20. Just about ready to go. Escalante moving into the outside, and Club Red has the extreme outside barrier in front of 101,179 on Crown Oaks Day. They're ready for the last on the program. Set to go. El Borak just asking for some assistance there in gate 3. Set, and away they go. The flag is flying, jumping okay, and Artistic Gem got away very quickly indeed. El Borak and Kelcher are just off the pace, and Adayev drives forward. Club Red goes with him. And there's plenty of speed up on top after 200, with Club Red driving to the lead now, settling by 2 lengths. The flag is flying. Adayev on the outside, Artistic Gem 2 lengths away fourth. El Borak 50 inside, 2.5 lengths away, then Boy Blue, then Danaret on the outside, and Stark Touch pushing through on the fence, 1.5 lengths to Kelcher. 1 further back is Awesome Warrior, and they're followed by Bohemian Dancer. Break of 3 lengths further back is Ashkelonte, Vels Regard, Small Spoils, and then Spurious and Gilly Street last of all at the 900. They're strung right out now. 25 lengths at least would cover the field, probably more. And Club Red sped away by about 4 lengths. Adayev, El Borak, and 2 lengths to Flag is flying. Little over 2 lengths Artistic Gem, Stark Touch, and then Boy Blue, followed by Awesome Warrior the inside. Danaret making some ground wide as they swing towards the turn, and then Kelcher, Bohemian Dancer, Ashkelonte, Small Spoils, Vels Regard, Gilly Street, and Spurious. Club Red has run them at a furious pace and leads by 2 lengths around the turn. Adayev and El Borak the inside, who's under the whip. Now the flag is flying, starting to wind up into his work. He's coming with a good run, and so is Artistic Gem, and Awesome Warriors winding up. Kelcher, Danaret putting in runs wider out with about 200 metres to go. The flag is flying, goes to a slender lead. Awesome Warrior after it. El Borak, Bohemian Dancer the inside, and Kelcher. The flag is flying narrowly, but Awesome Warrior drives to it now, grabs the lead, and Awesome Warrior by a 1/2 length. The flag is flying, or Bohemian Dancer, who's close up on the inside, and then El Borak and Kelcher, followed further back by Danaret, Vels Regard wide out, and next to finish was Ashkelonte, Boy Blue, Club Red, followed then by Adayev and Gilly Street. Spurious towards the end, and Stark Touch one of the last with one more, and that is Small Spoils last in.
Stephen King successful there, and if you go from the Caulfield Guineas through to this day, Only Damien Oliver's ridden more winners than Stephen King. Quite a few more, by the way, but King clearly second in the jockeys, and he continues his good form. He just got the right part of the track, I think, there, don't you?
Yeah, I do too. And the second horse, the Flag is Flying, did a lot of work in what was clearly a fast run race, Bruce. The horses up the front just had to wilt, and Bohemian Dancer really, going back to the fence, probably not the best idea there, but he's run a good race as well. But a strong win there by Awesome Warrior. That was the right race for him too.
6:10 the Flag is Flying's run right up to his good form.
Oh, outstanding run, because had to do the chasing behind Club Red, and they burnt for the first 500 or 600 metres in particular.
So 11:40, 3:40 interims, 1:90 and 2:40. Yeah, Bohemian Dancer, he just probably got too far inside, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He sort of really could have, I think, picked where he wanted to go from about the 800 onwards, Bruce. And Worley, I suppose you save a lot of ground there on the inside, but we've seen today that away from the fence seems to have been the best going.
Except Damien won on Pay Keys there in the previous race, didn't he? So, we might be getting a bit of... Here's the Flag is Flying, drawing a half clear, but you'll see the resolute finish here of Awesome Warrior.
Just too strong in the run home, but as Adam was saying, very difficult when the leaders are flying like that. You've got to do all the bullocking work, dragging the field up to him. Also in front for quite a way, Adam, and just got run down on the shadow of the post. A promising young horse, this bloke.
He might be able to do the chasing and hang on at Caulfield or Moonee Valley, but Flemington, that last 100 takes forever.
Haven't we seen that so often in the current? Albarak fourth, so second last year, fourth this year. Kelcher, pretty good fifth. Nothing wrong with its run.
Did loom up to win, though, and just the last 100 I thought was a little flat from Kelcher.
OK, and Danaret was just behind them. That's worth following Danaret, but covered some ground today and is a stayer.
He's a 1.5 mile horse, particularly in rain-affected ground, Bruce. So, yeah, sure, that was a good run from him.
So Stephen King and Awesome Warrior winning the Sakata Plate, the final event on Crown Oaks Day. We'll wrap up the day right after this. Formidable duo, aren't they? Oliver and Freedman after the Oaks today, the Crown Oaks. Correct weight on the final event of the program. Weight is right. Awesome Warrior winning the last race at 11:40 and 3:40. The Flag is Flying 190. Bohemian Dancer 240. Quinella 29.60. Trifecta 327.40. Exacta $66.30. Damien Oliver took cups after Special Harmony, not Cox Plates. Nearly 40 years ago, another chestnut filly won the Oaks, and the next year won the Cup Light Fingers. Am I dreaming too much?
That's 40 years ago, is it, Bruce? Look, I think you're right. I think the great thing about the Oaks, and also the Derby on Saturday, quite often we have derbies in Oaks where you wonder whether we're going to see those horses dominating in the autumn and also as 4-year-olds. But I think both with the Derby and the Oaks, both these horses, Elvestrom and also Special Harmony, they're going to make the grade, no doubt about that. We're going to see them in the autumn. We're going to see them as 4-year-olds.
Yeah, there was a little bit of Magical Miss about the way she won, and we saw Magical Miss, well, barring injuries, would have gone on to a wonderful weight for age career, bumped into a tough one in Northerly to take on a few times. But I think the story, as much as anything, was Lee Freedman today, wasn't it, Bruce? He really did turn around what's been a frustrating, turbulent week or so for him, and all of the connections of Mummify, obviously, but Lee shone through with brilliant training performance.
The Emirates is Saturday. It'll be a good field, won't it?
Yeah, a full field of 16 with emergencies, and Clang Lang heading the weights there with, I think, 58-odd kilos. So sure he can make up for his Cox Plate disaster. And I suppose you've really got to put it down to the awful track conditions experienced by the horses there with all the rain before the Cox Plate.
He might do a Testarossa.
Yes.
Came out of the disappointing Cox Plate run and starred with the big weight in the Emirates.
Good punting. Good luck on Saturday. That's